Hey, people, people, people! My peoples, my peoples. You just see the title. If you've seen the title, you know what it is. You know what it is if you've seen the title. And this whole situation caused me to have a freaking meltdown the other day when I first saw this video. I'm gonna wait a couple seconds and snack on some of my dinner while I see if I can get a couple people in the room. Give me a second. I'm gonna close this window and lock my neighbors out real quick. Snatch the other device up real quick. Whoa, whoa, hey, what's happening? Whoever's that is tuning in, let me know who you are real quick before we get into what we about to get into. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, this is gonna be a very interesting one today. For real, for real. Yeah, and if you had the ability and you had some people that you share lives with or anything like that, tap them in. Tap them in. Because this is going to be a real, like I say, interesting live today. If you're one of my peoples, then you may have already seen the video. The video I put up the other day. As far as the situation with Lil Nas X and the new video of his, what is that, Montero? Yeah, that video. I mean, I'm a pretty much open-minded type person, and if you can do something that artistically offends me, then I think that you was going a little far, you know what I mean? And what it is, the biggest problem I had with the whole thing, like I said in the videos that I made, the biggest problem that I had with the whole thing was the fact that it was streaming on YouTube, right? The video was streaming on YouTube, and at the time when I saw it, it was already up to like 18 million views with no disclaimer. With no disclaimer. But I can, like I said, not just me, but the average person who creates content that's uploaded to YouTube, if they curse too much or whatever, your video is not going anywhere. But here he is, humping and grinding on the devil, and you know what I mean, and cursing, and and there's no disclaimer on this video whatsoever. So my whole thing was, any kid could, and he has a large kid following, you know what I mean, just from the Old Town Road song and video. You understand what I'm saying? They see Lil Nas X, they're liable to tap into the video and get the shock of their life. You know what I mean? I definitely wouldn't want my young child, to be viewing that actual video. That's not something that's suitable. Not that, and like I say, I'm pretty open-minded, and I myself say that that's not something that's suitable for a young child. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know who attention I'm holding right now, but I'm glad you're here. And what do you think? What do you think? Do you think the video is suitable for young children? Have some fish and rice. Yes, I was just totally appalled. I mean, I jumped into this live without even saying anything. Please, if you will, be kind enough to hit the like button if you're not a family member already. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. We're family around here. I don't have subscribers. I have family members. As far as this here channel goes. And I only have one, so I'm saying this here channel like I have 2 or 3. It's just one. But it's a whole lot. Oh, and then not like you took from the title. You see that the shoes were to play into the video. The freaking Nikes with the Satan thing were to play in with the video or whatever, and the backlash was heavy. I guess they didn't expect the backlash to be as heavy as it was as far as the video went. The backlash was so heavy that Nike said, nah, bro. Instead of Nike saying, just do it, Nike say, no, we just can't do it. You know what I mean? They left him by himself. It seems just like somebody else just left me by myself. It's all good though, cause I'm the type of person. Thanks for sticking around the first 7 minutes. Whoever you were. But I'm real interested in trying to figure out exactly what they were shooting for. What exactly was Columbia Records? Or, I mean, a whole lot of thought went into that video and the whole layout for the shoes, even though Nike distanced themselves and said that it's not an official shoe. Trust and believe me, it was supposed to be an official shoe, and if it had popped off and didn't get it that negative, you know what I mean, it didn't get that negative press or whatever, Nike would have got behind it. You know what I mean? If they could have made $1 off of it, they would have got behind it. But just the fact that people was like, nah, this ain't it. They distanced themselves real quick. Because from what I hear, that there was another one. There were actually 2 shoes. There was the one that was the Satan thing, and that there was a one that was like God theme or whatever. I guess well, both of them, it could be religious based, so to say, but they say the other one was supposed to be like a God theme, and it was a white shoe. It was a white shoe, and I don't know what type of accents the shoe may have had in it, other than, you know what I mean, the white. But maybe we'll see them, maybe we won't. But they won't be an official release from Nike. Now, the whole negative press thing that it got, it's going to help the people who actually spent the money as far as uh, the people who spent the money for as purchasing a pair of those Nikes, yeah, they're gonna make out. They're gonna make out just fine because the resale on them is gonna be crazy. Yeah, the resale on them is gonna be crazy. I just don't understand. I mean, I could care less what he does. He says he's gay, bisexual. None of that matters. You know what I mean? You are what you are. But like I say, it was the way it was presented. You know what I mean? The whole thing was presented and packaged. It was just like I said. It was freaking soft porn. You know what I mean? He's on the freaking devil, riding the devil. The devil. You know what I mean? Like on some doggy style position type. And then one part of the joint is like the devil gave him a big old thrust. You know what I mean? And the only thing I can think of is if kids is gonna watch this, I mean it just blew me. It just blew my mind. The whole thing just blew my mind. I was freaking how would people say it? I was freaking livid. I was livid. I'm saying, and for anybody that sees the live and may have caught the video I did in reference to the whole video and everything that Nas X did, I like to tell y'all that we actually met our goal of 300,000, as you can see, and I actually did get the youth transplant. As you can see, the gray hair is gone. You know what I mean? Giving me once again a youthful appearance. I like to thank anybody who contributed to our $300,000 goal that was met in order for me to get the $250,000 procedure. I thank you all. And let's see who thinks about that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He said the procedure costed $250,000, but their goal was $300,000. So how did he get the procedure done? He was $50,000 short. I guess somebody will watch it on the playback. I guess I gotta start doing this. I gotta stop playing with it and do it for real. Oh, if anybody that wanna say, oh dang it. Yeah, I spent the money getting the dinosaur fixed, the dinosaur laptop fixed. Because I thought I would be streaming, be able to do my lives, with my laptop set up and everything. Using the microphone that I got as a gift and everything. But that dinosaur laptop, I guess it couldn't hold the it was upgraded to Windows 10, and I guess all the stuff that came with Windows 10 ate up the memory on the laptop, whereas though it was glitching out. So it didn't make sense for me to try to even stream with it because I would have been really glitching. I'm you know what I mean? I'm already using an Android. You know what I mean? So you can figure that one out. But I will be getting another one. I'll be spending the money and acquiring one suitable for what we're doing over here. Just bear with your kid. Just bear with the boy. This fish is good. Really, really good. And I call myself saying I'm supposed to stop eating greasy foods and stuff. But sometimes you can throw a little in there every now and then. I'm glad I didn't eat that. This is supposed to be filleted. You know, fillet the whitings. And here I'm looking at a big old stack of bones. And I ain't got no bread up there. Who would have called up the paramedics for me? Who would have tried to help me out? If I'd have got a fish bone stuck in my throat and started choking on the live. Who would have helped me? Nobody. Oh, while we on the subject of like music or whatever, like I say, nobody's in the room right now, so I guess this will be for like somebody come through and get it on the playback or whatever. Being that we're talking about music or whatever. If anybody's familiar with the King Von story, the guy that killed King Von has been released on bail. I would like to know you guys' thoughts on that. Should he have been released on bail? Should the bail have been that low for a murder? Me, myself, I can't say, I wouldn't say that he should have been denied a bail, but I don't think the bail should have been that low. I mean, he only needed $10,000. You know what I mean? To bail out. And everybody's saying that they think that he might be able to beat the charge or whatever because of the stand your ground. And here's what I don't understand. The stand your ground mean, how can he use stand your ground defense when Vaughn wasn't beating on him? Vaughn was beating on Rondo. You understand what I'm saying? So that stand your ground deep defense is pretty much pointless from where I'm looking at it, because you didn't have to use a weapon. You know what I mean? You could have merely jumped into the fight, and whereas though y'all could have, you know what I mean? Y'all could have banked. You know what I mean? I don't know. People still use that word. Y'all could have jumped Vaughn together. Y'all could have beat on Vaughn together. Whereas though a weapon didn't even have to come into play. You understand what I'm saying? Or I guess he's going to use the fact that Vaughn, or say that they were outnumbered. Vaughn them had them outnumbered. Okay, you didn't try. You didn't try to break the fight up or anything like that. Now maybe I could see stand your ground had he tried to intervene, and you know what I mean, the odds were against them, and he pulled out and started firing. You know what I mean? But no, you know what I mean? You fired off to break it. I mean, to look at it, I mean, it pretty, you know what I mean? It almost looked at orchestrated. You know what I mean? It almost looked at orchestrated. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just don't see stand your ground working. But hey, I don't know. They're in Atlanta. I'm in Baltimore. Hit the like button, subscribe, bell for all future notifications. Drop a comment. See, here in Baltimore, we don't even have a self-defense law at all. Somebody can be beating on you bad, and you pull out merely to protect yourself. You know what I mean? And kill this person. The best that you could hope for would be justifiable homicide. Was it justifiable homicide, justifiable manslaughter, or what? Justifiable homicide? Because I don't even think that justifiable manslaughter is probably not even on books. You know what I mean? But justifiable homicide, which I think carried something like, you know what I mean? I think that carried something like 5 years or something like that. Which, if you know what I mean, depending on the circumstances or whatever, you were found guilty of it. I mean, if you shoot a person or whatever, or kill a person, a trial is not even really necessary. You know what I mean? Because if you did it, you did it. You know, they just had to figure out what the punishment going to be. And if it's 5 years, depending on the circumstances of how everything was laid out or whatever, you could maybe, you know what I mean, be given that 5 years and have it all suspended. Whereas though you don't have to actually do a day in prison. You understand what I'm saying? But you will have that on your record. There's no self-defense law here at all. I mean, that could go for somebody breaking into your house. You could wake up in the middle of the night, somebody's in your house. You know what I mean? Stealing your stuff. You know what I mean? And you just merely defending, you know what I mean, your property and protecting your family, and this person, you kill this person in your home. No self-defense. You know what I mean? No self-defense. And I don't understand it. It's crazy. I don't know if they look at the fact that in terms of what they say is a high murder rate. You know what I mean? That if we actually had that stand your ground here, that the violence would increase, you know what I mean, simply because people thought they could, you know what I mean, just pop somebody and get away with it. I don't know. I just think it's crazy that we don't have it. So that means that if you kill somebody in the commission of protecting yourself or protecting your property, chances are very good that you're going to end up in jail. I mean, in prison. You'll stay. Probably won't be that long, but more than likely you're going to go to prison, which is jacked up. If somebody came to your house, I guess they would expect for you to just call the police and pray that the person doesn't harm you or your family before the police gets there. Well, no, they won't be harming my family. But by the time they got here, they say, where is he? Oh, he over there. Oh, he over there chilling. But like I say, for the most part, it would probably end up being a justifiable homicide. If that type of something like that would happen in your home or something. But we don't, I can't remember the last time somebody actually killed another person, you know what I mean, for breaking in their house or something. But I know for a fact that there is a lot of burglaries in the city. I remember someone broke into our home a few years back while everyone was at work or whatever. And it still goes on, you know. But I say, change that law and let us have stand your ground. You understand what I'm saying? That would probably cut down on a lot of that burglary. If the person know that I can go in this house and the person that lives here got all the right in the world to knock your head off. You know what I mean? More than likely they would think twice about entering your home. But if they know that you can't legally down them, man, they might break in your house and you confront them. And he know you can't do nothing to him. He might start doing a little Uzi Vert on you. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do nothing. What you gonna do? You know what I mean? Motherfuckers start busting the Uzi Vert on you. You know what I mean? What the hell? Yeah, this whole thing, I was making, I had made a correlation between the Lil Nas X thing and the original Nas. Because I know a lot of people don't actually know that both of them signed to Columbia Records. You had Nas, who called himself God's son, actually tattooed on his stomach. Now you got Lil Nas X portraying himself as one of Satan's spawn. You know what I mean? And if you saw it, you could see he was in heaven. He was in heaven, and then he was on the stripper pole to hell. So that's like you going from God's son, you know what I mean, dropping down to hell. You know what I mean? I say maybe that's why they gave Nas, maybe that's why they actually gave Nas a Grammy this year. Because they just say, well, we're going to give you, this Grammy is going to be a compilation prize. Because we're just getting ready to totally destroy your legacy. When people think about get the name Nas, only thing that they're going to remember, they're going to attach to that name, oh yeah, the guy that was humping on Satan. They're going to forget all about Ether, you know what I mean? The first, you know what I mean? All the good works, whatever, of the original Nas. They're just going to remember Lil Nas X on Satan lap and Satan, you know what I mean, looking like he banging them. You know what I mean? Man, that shit was disgusting. I ain't even gonna hold you. That shit was just disgusting, man. And have a place. It don't have a place where children can get to it. You know what I mean? Because you, at one hand, you saying, oh, the children are too grown and this, that, and the third. But then you feed them this type of, you know what I mean? But then you turn around and you feed them this. What are we doing? You know what I mean? Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? I mean, because if that's acceptable, what else, you know what I mean? What else are you going to label as unacceptable? You can't say nothing is unacceptable because this is downright unacceptable. But it didn't even come with age restriction. It's crazy. I do my videos and I gotta label my videos, you know what I mean, as not for kids. Just in case, you know what I mean, I happen to use some French in it. You know what I mean? Even though most of the videos that I post, a lot of the times they don't have any cursing in them. But just the fact that the language may be a little strong, you know what I mean, the way I put it out there, I just still say it's not for kids. You know what I mean? It's for an older, you know what I mean, demographic. You understand what I'm saying? Just in case I don't want kids getting attached to the channel or whatever. Or if you want to, if a kid gets to watch the content or whatever, they're watching it with somebody that's of age. You know what I mean? That is fine with them watching it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I lost my shit. You know what I mean? I totally lost my shit when I saw that video. That shit totally fucked me up. I mean, you see something, he's strutting. I guess he was going. He was. You know what I mean? He was trying to knock Cardi B and you know what I mean? He said, "Wop what?" He said he got some wop. Well, Satan has some wop. He has some wop, all right. Figure it out. Some wet anal penetration. That's what he got from Satan. Society is just twisted. We all messed up. We all messed up. We just need help. But it's like everything is just so messed up, whereas though a lot of the stuff is not even, you don't even have to have talent so much right now. You can, just the ability to shock, you know what I mean? Just the ability to shock people. You know what I mean? Whereas though I'm gonna take things, you know what I mean, a step further than the last person did. I'm gonna shock the public more than the last person did. And the whole time, everybody lose their mind. Oh yeah, they're talking about it. Whether it's, oh yeah, okay, now you have this community. You had the LGBT, whatever the letters or whatever. No disrespect to y'all, you know what I mean? But their community is, you know, they love the whole thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, they rooting it on, but regular mainstream, with you know what I mean? What are we doing? I don't know. It's just pure shock. You know what I mean? Whereas though I can't even tell you. It's like he rapping in the video, but I can't tell you 2 lines from the song. I couldn't give you 4 bars from the song. You know what I mean? Only thing I remember him saying, I know he said something about he wanna fuck the ones he envy. You know what I mean? So I was like, is he saying he wanna, you know what I mean, bust open one of the mainstream rapper guys or whatever? He said he don't want nobody that's, you know what I mean, along his speed or whatever, or like as if he don't want nobody that's, you know what I mean, let's say straight, you know what I mean? And he wanna bust one of the dudes that ain't, you know what I mean, that ain't a homosexual, whatever, ain't bisexual. You know what I mean? But you know they say a lot of that stuff goes on in the industry, in those type of parties that they be having or whatever. So maybe he have. You know what I mean? Maybe he have, and this was just his way of throwing a jab at somebody. He could have been throwing a jab at somebody, you You know what I mean, in that song. Who knows? There's been a lot of people that were in the business, you know what I mean, did interviews and spoke about parties and stuff that they went to, and you go in certain rooms or whatever, and you see this person doing this, that, and the third, and I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just crazy. I mean, I just don't, you know what I mean? I'm just saying to myself, now the little baby or the baby, you know what I mean, did a video where as though they ran up on the female, you know what I mean, and start hitting her from the back on the video while they rapping. That shit wouldn't fly. You know what I mean? It would not fly. But for simple shock value, they had to let the video rock. They had a shoe campaign that was supposed to go with it. Nike probably said, told YouTube, let them go ahead and rock. You know what I mean? And we're going to give y'all ad revenue. You know? They say the video was pure evil, but the whole thing was about money. The root of evil. And man, oh man, I'm going to see who up next. Who's going to top that? You know what I mean? Who's going to shock us? You know what I mean? Who's going to be the next to shock us past the point that he just did? Because whoever that is, chill. I'm trying to figure out why it is I'm glitching. Because maybe it wasn't, I mean, maybe that daggone laptop could possibly work or whatever for what I needed to. I gotta call the cable company and check on my the plan we got to make sure that they still giving me my bandwidth to support all the devices that's in here. So that could possibly be it. Oh, tell a friend to tell a friend. Something that I'm going to be doing. I said I was going to take the old laptop and use it for writing, right? I.e., writing my next book, right? I'm going to say, your next book, where's your first one, right? My first one is already written. I've never published and put it out, but it was a timepiece. You know what I mean? And wifey had a good idea, and she was like, why don't you, when you go live or whatever, why don't you take one of the stories from your book and read it? Read one of the stories from your book and explain your mind state, what your mind state was when you wrote that story or that poem or whatever, you know what I mean? Because the book was set up like a 60-day account, you know what I mean, of my life or whatever. It's like during this time period or whatever that I was trying to, you know what I mean, evolve. And during that 6 month, you know what I mean, that 6 month period, every day I wrote either a short story or a poem, you know, in reference to the thing that stood out the most during that particular day to me. So it turned out to be like 180 something, you know what I mean, 180, like 180, 182, 3 entries, you know what I mean, during this 6 month span, you know what I mean. So we can go live for a whole 6 months and rock out like that. But the whole time I'm thinking about doing that, wow, you know what I mean, just to let people know one of the other things that I'm into. You know, I enjoy writing, you know what I mean? And I'm currently working on another book, a novel, and it's like one of three. It's going to be a 3-part installment. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm actually working on the first book now. So if I give you guys the book that I already have or whatever, I'll also be talking about the actual novel that I'm working on while I'm giving you guys my first project for free. I'll give it to you guys for free or whatever, but in the end or whatever, if anyone decides they want, you know, an actual copy for themselves or whatever, you will still be able to purchase, you know what I mean, an actual copy of the book. You know, once I got halfway through the book or whatever, and someone wanted to actually purchase it, you know what I mean, arrangements will be made so they would actually be able to get a hard copy of the book. You know, I got yeah, the dinosaur, that laptop that I call the dinosaur. What's going on, Doug? My man. Yeah, the laptop that I call the dinosaur. That is what I'm actually going to be writing the first installment of that 3-part novel on. I'm gonna do it on the dinosaur computer, and that's where it's gonna be. So when the book blows up and it turns into a screenplay and all that, that dinosaur laptop is going to, just because it was written on it. Yeah, what's going on, Doug? Oh, you still there, man? Yeah, I thought about it. I was writing in my tablet, but my granddaughter actually broke my tablet. I had started writing that book a couple years ago, and she ended up breaking the tablet or whatever. And I was like a chapter and a half. I had the first 1.5 chapters in that tablet, and then I got sidetracked and, you know what I mean, doing other stuff or whatever. But like now, like I say, stuff done slowed down. You know what I mean? My life done slowed down, so now I can get back to doing the things that, you know what I mean, I planned on doing back then. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's gonna be. You guys will see. You'll get a chance to see, and y'all probably be surprised. Be like, damn, this big head receding hairline ass motherfucker can actually write. Yeah, but what you think about? Did you see that? Did you see that Lil Nas X video, Doug? I was totally appalled. You know what I mean? I get on there and do a video and end up cussing on the video, and my video don't even want to get placed. They don't want to place my video. Oh man, you gotta see the video, man. Not to say that you don't even have to watch the whole thing, bro. I can understand if you don't want to watch the whole thing. But that is sick, man. It's straight sick. You know what I mean? This motherfucker is actually look like he's performing sex acts on the devil, bro. Right. I feel you, because I ain't even. I mean, I couldn't even watch the whole fucking thing, man. Once I seen the motherfucker, what he was doing and shit, I was like, man, is you fucking serious? And I'm like, the thing that fucked me up, though, is that YouTube ain't had no disclaimer. I mean, with the video, knowing that he got a big kid following, man. He has a big kid following. And any kid can just pull that video up, man, and watch it like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Man, that shit got me, though. Fucked me up. I was traumatized. Straight up. Yeah, but them goddamn shoes. Motherfuckers say something about each pair of shoes supposed to have at least one drop of human blood in the insole or some shit. I want to know who fucking blood it is. If it's human blood, whose fucking blood is it? You know what I mean? Is it Lil Nas X blood? Or is it? Yeah, man. You ain't hear, but you missed that part, huh? You heard about the shoe, but you ain't hear that part? Yeah. Say it's supposed to be human blood. At least This is what they say. They say it's supposed to be at least 1 drop of human blood in each, like, insole of those shoes. At least 1 drop. So that's what I want to know. Now, whose fucking blood is it? You know what I mean? Who blood did y'all take? What human being? You know what I mean? Did y'all take blood from to put into these freaking shoes? Oh no, they not. They not. Not now. They not. Not now. You know what I mean? They not doing it now. I mean, but I guarantee you, if the video didn't get such a negative response, you know what I mean, and everybody just, oh, it was so artistic, and you know what I mean, if everybody went that route, oh yeah, they would have stood behind it proudly. You know what I mean? But it was the fact that, no, everybody was like, you know what I mean? No, we ain't, you know what I mean? We ain't with that. You know what I mean? So they backed up quick and said that it's not a official release and all that. But if that's the case, you saying that they could have easily, you know what I mean, put out a stop and decease. You know what I mean? I mean a decease and desist. You know what I mean? Whereas though a motherfucker couldn't, you know what I mean, show the shoe, they couldn't sell the shoe, they couldn't talk about the shoe, none of that. You know what I mean? But they didn't do that. You know what I mean? They just said, oh, that they're not part of the shoe. You know what I mean? That is not an official. That is not an official release. But if somebody else had if I was to make a Nike shoe in my goddamn basement and start selling it and shit like that, they would shut my ass down. You know what I mean? They would shut me down, whereas though I couldn't sell that motherfucker. I know that for a fact. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah, and I'm putting, yeah, check it out, Doug. Check, check it out, right? Now they giving me some of your comments. They hold it for review, right? And I'm letting every goddamn thing that come there and say review, like it's being held for review, I'm sending that shit straight through. Because you shouldn't be trying to, you know what I mean, sanction nothing, you know what I mean, on nobody's shit at this point. You know what I mean? If you didn't sanction his motherfucking ass, you know what I mean, with that goddamn video, you shouldn't be worried about what nobody say on here. Shit, the imagery that y'all let, you know what I mean, just fry people brain cells, you know what I mean? Shit. It's crazy, man. But I guess they was just thinking about the ad revenue, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we get to put such and such amount of ads on this video. And that joint was, let's say that joint was like almost 40 million the day. It's probably at that by now. This was early today. They was saying it was like at 40, 30, 34, 35 million or whatever. It's probably at 40 million by now. So you can imagine just how much they done made and with the ads. Yeah. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to hit. I ain't trying to hit. You know what I mean? Like I said in my video, y'all shouldn't be, you know what I mean, talking about his guidelines, that YouTube got guidelines. What happened to them what happened to the guidelines when it came to his video? To that motherfucking video. He must have jumped right over the motherfucking line. You know what I mean? If he ain't jump over the line, he shimmied under that motherfucker, one or the other. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It didn't, that line didn't affect him in the least bit. He jumped over or he shimmied under that motherfucker. He shimmied under that motherfucker. Man, this whole joint be just crazy. Yeah, I was saying, I had that laptop, man. I had this old laptop that my pops had gave me, and I went and got a charger for it because it didn't have no charger at first. And I went and bought the charger. Then I couldn't get past the password. Well, long story, even longer. I ended up taking it to this computer spot, and they ended up wiping it. You know what I mean? Wiping the computer or whatever and putting Windows 10 on it. But by the time they did that, when the little upgrade, it wasn't enough memory on the joint to sustain the upgrade. You know what I mean? Whereas though I could be just watching YouTube and the joint be just glitching. You know what I mean? Because the memory, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna end up having to buy, and some of my peoples bought me a microphone to use while I'm doing my streaming or whatever, doing my lives or whatever. But that joint gotta be hooked up to a laptop or either a desktop. And I ain't trying to be doing lives from the desktop computer or whatever, so I'm going to end up going buy one. I went and talked to somebody about a joint to let them know what I be doing. Yeah, I am. I just got to go through some stuff to find my book. I know where it's at. I got it put up. I got to dig it out. You know what I mean? My wife been said that. And I was like, I just be procrastinating so much. She was like, no, you should just, you know what I mean, read it on your, you know what I mean, do it on your lives. And so I said, yeah, I'm gonna just do that and just put the other one together. You know what I mean? Because that's a whole 6 months right there. Just, you know what I mean, if I do the whole thing like she said, you know what I mean, go into the story or the poem or whatever that's in the book, and then I go on to explain, you know what I mean, the mind state that I was in when I actually wrote the story, you know what I mean, the story behind the story or the poem, you know what I mean, so to speak. Yeah, but I could keep it a buck. I can keep it a buck, you know what I mean? I'm on here with you. This was some years back, right? This was some years back, and I had been, you know, tightening up, and, you know what I mean, shit end up falling off, tighten up again, end up falling off, and the whole thing would be that when I would, you know what I mean, try to, alright, that's what's up, I'm gonna get up with you on the next one, man, but I'm gonna definitely do that, though. Thanks for tapping in, bro. Yeah, I'm about to shut this down anyway. I've been on here for over an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it out though. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, but like I was saying, goddamn, when I was talking about the book, was I still talking about the goddamn book? Oh, yeah, yeah. When I was writing the book, you know what I mean, I was so-called calling myself the thing I noticed most about when I called myself chilling or whatever. You know what I mean? That I would end up falling off out of boredom. I would end up being bored and ended up falling off. You know what I mean? So I decided on this time, you know what I mean, that I would do something. I needed something to occupy my mind. You know what I mean? As far as when the boredom set in. So I said I'm gonna do this project. You know what I mean? And I said I'm gonna give myself 6 months. And at the end of this 6 months, I'm gonna just let it go. So every day during that 6 months, whatever I say, like during the course of my day, at the end of the day, I would, whatever stood out to me the most during that day, it could have been somebody I ran into or something I saw. I would write a short story or either a poem about it, you know what I mean? Like a 6 month, almost like a journal, you know what I mean? But I called the book 180 degrees on my way back, you know what I mean? That's like me making a U-turn and going back to where I supposed to be, you know what I mean? Pretty much I'm getting off of this, you know what I mean? Getting off this road that I'm on that's leading to nowhere. I'm making a U-turn and going back to where I supposed to be at, you know what I mean? But I'm going to lay it out. I'm going to lay it out. I'm going to go down in the basement and dig the joint out tomorrow. And I'm going to tap in. I'm going to tap in tomorrow and start and set it up. Set it up and start getting it up there and going. And you know what I mean? You say what time period was it? I mean, it wasn't that long. This was like, oh shit, it was kind of long. But it was like 2010, around 2010. And the thing is, I dated every, you know what I mean, every entry, I dated it. You know what I mean? When I wrote the little short story or the poem or whatever, I wrote the date on there. It was like pretty much like it was a book, but it was set up like a journal. You know what I mean? So each entry had an actual date. You know what I mean? Of the day I actually wrote it or whatever. Yeah, it was some. Hey, Britt, what's up? Yeah, the whole journal. It had the. Yeah, it was some real nice stuff in there. It was some real nice. I let a few people actually read the book. You know, I started getting self-conscious, right, about the whole project or whatever. Miss you too. Yeah, I started getting real self-conscious about the whole thing, and people, everybody that I let read it was like, man, I like that. You know what I mean? I enjoyed that. You need to go ahead and get that out there. But every time I call myself saying I'm a do something or whatever, I would end up getting distracted and you know what I mean, and I would end up putting it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that just goes to show it been a, you know what I mean, and it it didn't end there. You know what I mean? It didn't end there. It still took a while after that. You know what I mean? To keep it a buck, it took a while after that. But when it was supposed to happen, it happened. You know what I mean? That's how I look at things. Things happen when they supposed to happen. You know? Because you could be going through turmoil, you know what I mean? But it's a lesson in everything. I look at things like that it's a lesson in everything. Somebody else can get something good out of somebody else's suffering. You know what I mean? Not to say that they would get joy out of someone else's suffering, but they could learn something, you know what I mean, from the suffering of somebody else, whereas though they don't have to actually, you know what I mean, go through the same suffering. You know what I mean? But then you got some people that can witness that and still feel like, well, I that ain't me. I can do it better than that. You know what I mean? Until they get there and find out that it's only one road. You know what I mean? That it's only one road. You know? Just like saying, if I stick my hand in some fire, somebody else see me stick my hand in that fire and see me scream and holler afterwards and see my skin falling off, they can see the next fire and say, I'm gonna put my hand in that one. That fire don't look as hot as the one he stuck his hand in. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Every day a person wake up. By the time you go to sleep that night, you supposed to have learned something. I don't care if it was a word. It could have been something small as a word, a new word. But if you went through a whole 24 hours and you didn't learn nothing new at all, you wasted a whole day of your life. You know what I mean? Every day a person is supposed to learn at least one new thing. You know what I mean? Every day. Every day. No matter how minor you might think it is. You know what I mean? Like I say, it could be simply a word or the pronunciation of a word. You know what I mean? Just something. Just to say, or somebody say, "Oh, what did you learn yesterday?" Nothing. You just wasted that day. You know what I mean? You just wasted that day not even knowing if you was going to have another one. You know what I mean? That's how I see things. That's how things were given to me. You know what I mean? No doubt. I'm going to definitely do that, bro. No doubt. Much love, Doug. You already know, bro. Thanks for tapping in, bro. What's up, Brett? Mine still got y'all locked in the house? Mine still got y'all in jail? Well, y'all in the best place. Oh, y'all getting y'all? You say yeah. That's what's up. At least y'all know y'all safe. Y'all definitely know that. There's a lot of people playing with this thing, and it ain't to be played with. They trying to fool people saying, "Oh, they get the vaccine, this, that, and the third." But you see them numbers starting to go up. Right after they call themselves opening everything back up, the numbers are starting to spike again. But they not saying how many people, right, they not saying how many people that's actually getting it now have already had them shots. You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. Because they already said that about the variants. So you can get the shot and still end up sick with one of the variants. Man, I don't. My freaking primary care doctor told me today, asked me about if I got my COVID shots yet, and I was like, "What COVID shots? What you talking about?" Oh, you know, you can get them now. They say people with underlying conditions can eligible to get them now. I was like, a couple months ago they were saying people with underlying illnesses or whatever shouldn't get them. You know what I mean? So what are you talking about? People are so crazy. But I am not one of them. Will not put me in no trick bag. I'm good. I'll make sure. Man, wait till September. I guarantee you, it's gonna be just like they never even had a vaccine. This is what I'm saying. These are my words. And so far, everything I said about this thing, you know what I mean, has been spot on. It's gonna be just like they never had. It's gonna be like people didn't took their vaccine for nothing. All that vaccine stuff gonna be for nothing. You know what I mean? You watch what I tell you, because they gonna eventually have to admit that people who got the vaccine are still getting sick. They're gonna eventually have to admit it. You know what I mean? But like I say, they opened up stuff and now people getting sick all over again. You know what I mean? Don't nobody know what's going on, what's actually going on, what's being fed to the public, if it's truth or not. They showing this person getting the shot, that person getting the shot. Yeah, you see them getting a needle, but you don't know what's in there. They might not even be giving them people a freaking COVID shot. You don't know what's in that syringe that they sticking in the president and the vice president and all that stuff. And then when they was giving the shots, they get a shot to the nurse and she passed slam out. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You got all these people that they didn't give the shots to, and 2-3 days later the people be dead. And they quit. They say, oh, it didn't come from the shot. Well, they wasn't dead before they took it. What the hell are you talking about? You know what I mean? Now they're gonna try to flag this live. I don't put my lives out like I do my regular videos. I just leave my lives on my page. I don't put them on Facebook and stuff like that. You had to actually go onto my page to find my lives. Right. Exactly. Now watch what I say. Watch what I say. Everybody gonna see. Everybody that from when it first came. I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I say things, and they might seem far-fetched, but I watch a lot of factual stuff, and I put things together, and it just be coincidental. You know what I mean? That this is just like, then you get a chance, check this out. Check it out yourself, right? You get a chance. Now, the whole COVID thing really started, they say that it started around November of 2019, right? Now, during that time, well, they say when they said it came from over in China with a wet market and bet and all that old crazy stuff, right? Now, which just sounded crazy. You know what I mean? Just sounded crazy. But during that time, in November of 2019, NASA had a space plane that came back and landed, right? Now, nobody ever knew about this space plane being in outer space or whatever. You didn't hear about the takeoff, it going out into outer space or whatever. They just talked about it coming back. And they said this space plane was orbiting the Earth for 2 years, right? Didn't say what it was doing, what its mission was or whatever. It was just orbiting the Earth, an unmanned space plane, right? So it was orbiting the Earth for 2 years. It's like supposed to be solar powered or whatever. Now, when this space plane came back, this is around the same time this whole COVID thing started. Now, what are the odds that all these people that peer up into the sky and all that stuff, what are the odds that somebody wouldn't have seen this space plane orbiting the Earth? You know what I mean? What was the secrecy of when it was put up there? And to have it just circling the planet for a whole 2 years? It actually doesn't make sense. Then they brought it back. It was back here for a minute, and then they sent it back out there. Now, myself, I don't think the damn thing was orbiting the Earth. I think they sent it somewhere. You know what I mean? Where they sent it, I have no idea. But I think they sent it somewhere, and they brought it back. And wherever they sent it at, whatever the hell they sent it at, when it came back into this atmosphere, it brought that shit with it. Now, those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Merely my thoughts. You know what I mean? It's just the timeline. I'm just looking at the timeline. But like I say, when you get a chance and you ain't doing nothing else, look it up. Look up space plane, NASA space plane. And they probably have a video or whatever talking about it. Or if it's a written article, read the article. And you'll see when it came and what they tell you. They're not going to tell you much about, I don't know if they're going to say anything about the actual plane's mission. But you'll see that it came back around the same time the whole COVID thing kicked off. Like I say, that's what I think. That is what I think happened. And that's why it was like, it just started doing something. It was something alien. You know what I mean? It was some alien freaking, you know what I mean, germ or something that made its way back with that freaking space plane. And who knows, wherever they sent it at, maybe they collected a sample from wherever they was at and they brought that shit back here, and that shit got into our atmosphere or whatever and got everybody all twisted up. But of course they wouldn't say that. If that's what exactly happened, they're not going to say that. You know what I mean? Of course they're not going to say that. We can't tell them that. But all of a sudden, Biden You know what I mean? Biden come and tell the people in the government that they gotta declassify all the information that they have on UFOs and all that stuff. Why all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Why all of a sudden you want this stuff declassified? Because they want to start spoon feeding us. They want to start spoon feeding us the truth that it is actual life out there in other places. You know what I mean? So when they got to drop the big bomb on us and let us know that other life forms have actually been here, visited us from other galaxies or whatever, then people won't just totally lose their freaking minds. Like, oh, the world getting ready to come to an end. They gonna trust and believe me. If they wanted to wipe us out, they would have no problem doing that. Because if it's any, I ain't gonna say if. Any other civilization, you know what I mean? Any other intelligent life form out there is more intelligent is more intelligent than we are. Simply because they can reach us. You know what I mean? They have the ability to reach us, and we don't have the ability to go where they came from. You know what I mean? So that right there alone makes them more advanced, you know what I mean, than us. And we're not all that smart of a life form, because if you think about it, Donald Trump as a president. We had Donald Trump as a president, the leader of the freaking free world. I mean, out of all the people on the planet, this is who we put in charge. Not to say me but this is who the people put in charge of the free world. This nutball, you know what I mean? This freaking nut was actually in control of basically the planet. You know what I mean? Because they say, United States is supposed to be the head of the, you know what I mean? Our country is supposed to be number one or whatever amongst all the other countries or whatever. So that makes us the most powerful, or make him the most powerful, you know what I mean, leader on the planet. Donald freaking Trump. So how intelligent of a life form are we as human beings to put somebody like that in control? That's, you know what I mean? Every time I think about that, it messes me up. It really messes me up. I mean, it's bad enough that we got looked at, the United States got looked at as a joke by other countries for them 4 years. But you can imagine other places that's not even here. You know what I mean? Trust me, if another intelligent life form wanted to attack us, they would have definitely did it when he was president. That would have been their perfect time to do it. Let's do whatever we gonna do while this nut is in the seat. Half of the stuff he ain't paying attention to, or he don't have no idea as to how it works or anything. He's just looking for a freaking photo op or whatever, or he's on freaking Twitter. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm getting ready to get off this thing. I've been on here for an hour and a half. I ain't even. But did you see? I'm quite sure you saw that video. You saw that video, Brittany? I know you saw that Lil Nas X video. What did you think about that? Being that it didn't have a age restriction attached to it or anything, that the average child could have pulled that video up and watched it. Do you think it was suitable for little children? That was my whole question. I was interested in knowing from anybody whether or not they believe that Lil Nas X video exactly exactly and with that being said, I'm tapping out of here. I'm getting ready to take this plate downstairs, put it in the sink, coming back. Exactly. And that's what I was trying to do. That's what I was trying to do when when I let your mother watch it yesterday. I kept turning around and making sure Maya and Ashley wasn't nowhere around, that they didn't see it. That is crazy. What's going on, Johnny? What's going on, Johnny Legs? Yeah, he already put that out there, bro. Yeah, he already put that out there. But even with him being gay, man, I have no problem. I have no issues with him being gay, man. But he just did too much. He did too much. You know what I mean? He went overboard with that video, man. And it ain't even the fact. Oh, yeah? Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Man, y'all, you all the way on the other side. Yeah. Yeah, man. He yeah, he was the, but he didn't, you know what I mean? That was basically, you know what? I don't think that the music itself didn't bother me. Cause he said, you know what I mean, it's not that the music, you know what I mean? Yeah, but trust and believe, man. He ain't the only gay person in hip hop, man. They might not, you know what I mean, admit it. You know what I mean? But trust and believe me, he ain't the only one. He is not the only one. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times, them people that been in the industry come out and they talk about parties and stuff. You ain't gonna tell me nothing. I think Diddy is gay, man. Bisexual or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? You ask me. just the way he acts sometimes. You know what I mean? His body language. He looking at men and licking his lips, and you know what I mean? The look on his face, and you know what I mean? And then he done had people come out and say that they done been in his apartments in New York, and he had freaking dildos in the bathroom, and I mean all kind. You know what I mean? But The entertainment, you know what I mean, thing is something else, man. There's a lot of stuff that, you know what I mean, that's a whole different world in itself, man. Yeah, but I know he ain't the only one. He just decided to come out. Nah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You could be gay and not. That's what I'm saying. The way he promoted it, it's like he just pushed it in everybody's face. You know what I mean? Because he came out and said that he was bisexual or gay or whatever after he did Old Town Road. But then he made that EP with the 7 songs on there. And I listened to that. And it wasn't, I mean, it was different, but it wasn't bad. I could actually listen to it to see. I mean, the music wasn't bad. You know what I mean? And it didn't matter that he was gay. You know what I mean? It was music. But then when you come back and do something like this, and it's like, you know what I mean? I'ma just, you know what I mean? And that's where I had a problem with it. Is that the fact that YouTube ain't even put no, you know what I mean, age restriction on the video. They just, you know what I mean, put it out there where any kid could just watch it, you know what I mean, knowing that he has a large kid following. You know what I'm saying? So if they see, oh, Lil Nas X got a new video out, they're likely to watch it. And that's what they're going to get. You know what I mean? Him humping on the devil, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't understand. Oh, I know that. You know how I get down. You know how I get down, Johnny. Like I say, everybody got their opinion on something, and everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody's opinion is valid. I mean, you know, everybody is, you know what I mean? Everybody's opinion is valuable. You know what I mean? Exactly. Some things are meant to be kept, you know what I mean, to yourself more so. You know what I mean? You don't have to, you could do something and not just, you know what I mean, push it down someone else's throat, you know? Right. I mean, like I say, it's I mean, if that's who a person is, if that's who a person is, me, myself, I think it's gotten, because it's not like you haven't had gay people. They've been around forever. You know what I mean? But it's maybe like the last 10 to 15 years. It's like they've been pushing it more mainstream. And I feel like it's, you know what I mean? Because I think it's, I think it's a dangerous thing, because if your people follow images, because then one person will say that they're born that way, that you're born gay or whatever, but then if you see stuff on TV or whatever, or it's on computer or whatever, and you constantly watching it, just like a child can grow up and watch police movies all his life, and next thing you know, you want to be a police. You know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? I don't think, you know what I mean? But then they'll say, well, they got as much right to to do this or that or the third as everybody else, but it's to a degree. You know what I mean? It's just like I said, if that's just like having, there's no way in the world that somebody like let's just take a male rapper, let's say Kendrick Lamar. Let's just say Kendrick Lamar. There's no way in the world Kendrick Lamar can do a video with him going on the video and acting like he, you know what I mean, performing a showing up sex act on a female the way he did in that video. You know what I mean? That wouldn't happen. You know what I mean? That would not happen. Or he would have to make 2 different versions of the video. There's no way in the world that he would be able to make a video like that and they would be playing it on YouTube without a restriction. You know what I mean? And that's the problem that I had. That's the issue that I had, because they call themselves having guidelines. If you got guidelines, then where's the line? Where's the line drawn at? You know what I mean? Where's the line drawn at? Because evidently, he missed the line. Either he just stepped right over it or he shimmied under it. You know what I mean? One or the other. You know what I mean? He either stepped right over it or he shimmied under it. You know what I mean? And that just goes to see that it's a double standard. And I mean, they'll say, you know what I mean? They'll stay on that whole thing. Well, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion did WAP or whatever, and did, you know what I mean? And yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? They only have guidelines for the people that they're not making no money off of. If they getting a bag off of you, the guidelines don't apply to you. You know what I mean? And that's what that is. You know what I mean? And that's exactly how that goes. If you making them a bag, you know what I mean? Them guidelines don't apply. You gonna wave to your mother? She peeping in the door. In and out. You see her? She dipped out as quick as she stuck her head in here. Got fish stuck all in my teeth. Yeah, that whole thing is crazy. That whole thing is freaking crazy. Yeah, but they pretty much shut them down. I mean, they're not going to stop playing the video. But then that was a whole campaign thing. Because Nike was behind it. And they trying to act as if they weren't. But they were. They were. You know what I mean? Try to say, oh, it wasn't an official shoe. Okay, well, if it's not an official shoe, send him a cease and desist. You know what I mean? They didn't say nothing about that. That's because they thought that it was going to make them some money. You know what I mean? That they was going to make some money off of it. But when they saw all this negative press that came with it, then they just backed out. You know what I mean? Oh, no, it's not an official shoe or whatever. It's crazy. You know what I mean? I don't think that they should be promoting satanic stuff on TV. I mean, well, TV, just period. You know what I mean? But then, like I say, you had those people, oh, this is freedom of speech and freedom of religion is religion and da da da. You know what I mean? Just miss me with all of that. You know what I mean? Miss me with all of that. I mean, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with nobody doing what they want to do. As long as you don't affect me, you know what I mean, and mine when you doing it. You know what I mean? If that's what you want to do, keep that over there. No doubt, bro. Hey, Johnny, bro, I happened to be strolling the internet the other day, and I saw a couple other people talking about it on their pages, right? And it made me go pull the video up, right? Man, I saw that video, and I wasn't, and to be totally honest, I was not intending on doing no video that night. Because I didn't even have my hair cut or nothing. You know what I mean? I wasn't planning on doing that, but I was so pissed. You know what I mean? I was so pissed after I saw the video and the fact that it was playing on YouTube. You know what I mean? I got totally pissed. You know what I mean? That I just had to record something just to get it off my chest. You know what I mean? I'm like, is you serious? Are you totally serious? I had to, when I had, see, I'm not even actually, okay, I'm going live through YouTube, but I'm not going live through YouTube. This is an actual app. This is an app that I'm using, you know what I mean, to go live. Because if I don't have 1,000 subs, if you don't have 1,000 subs, you can't go live through actual YouTube. I'm going live through an app that I have. And I came on it, I don't know, I think it was one of the lives I did or whatever. And I was cussing or whatever quite a bit in the video, but that's how I tend to talk a lot. You know what I mean? When I'm talking to people or whatever, sometimes I tend to do that. You know what I mean? When I'm not actually, you know what I mean, thinking about it. But then when I went to go on live, it was about a week or so ago, week and a half ago. It was during the weekend. And it wouldn't let me go live, right? It wouldn't accept the app. It wouldn't let me go live. Every time I tried to go live, it would say go to YouTube Studios. And once I tried to click on there, it was act like it didn't recognize, you know what I mean, my email and all that. Jump through a whole bunch of hoops just in order to get back on here. Absolutely. 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 Just like I say, it's a place, I don't knock nobody for whatever they do. It's just, it's a time and place for everything. You know what I mean? Sometimes you had to actually take into consideration other people. You know what I mean? And the effect that what it is you're doing is going to have on other people. You understand what I'm saying? That's just like I say, sometimes in my videos, and a lot of times the videos that I actually post when I make an actual video, I'm more, you know what I mean, conscious, you know what I mean, of what I'm doing. And I try not to curse, you know what I mean, in the videos that I be making. You know what I mean? But when I'm on live, You know what I mean? I'm a little, you know what I mean? I'm a little more loose on live because I don't actually, I keep my lives or whatever. But say like my videos that I make and upload, I'll put those on my Facebook page as well. But I won't put the lives that I do. I wouldn't even put that on my Facebook page. You know what I mean? Just because I know I might tend to curse or whatever during the time while I'm on it. You know what I mean? And some people may be offended. You know what I mean? Simply by the cursing or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much my thing, man. And it was like, it's not like, you know, the whole thing that I was saying, the kids, man. Kids. That's the whole thing I was thinking about. Kids. You know what I mean? Because he has a very large kid following. You understand what I'm saying? A very large kid following. And that's all I can think about is like, man, kids are going to actually see this. You know what I mean? And what are they going to take from it? You know what I mean? What are little kids going to take from that video? What are they going to be able to take from it? They can only take, but, you know what I mean? What was there? You understand what I'm saying? They're going to take from it that, oh, it's okay for a guy to hump on another man. That's what you want. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You know what I mean? But like I say, if you're going to implement guidelines, then you gotta seriously implement them. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't have, you know what I mean, no bias. You know what I mean? You can't be biased about who gotta follow the guidelines and who get the, you know what I mean, just step around or step over the guideline. You know what I mean? But like I say, man, you know what I mean? What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like I say, you can't beat them, join them. No, you don't have to join them. You know what I mean? You don't have to join them because you couldn't beat them. You know what I mean? You ain't got to join them, but you can let them know that you're aware of what's going on. You know what I mean? You can do that. But I'm like, man, this, you know, it just, the whole thing kind of, I'm not going to say, I don't know, man. That thing just had me kind of messed up the whole last day and a half, 2 days, man. For real. For real. I just kept saying to my wife, I was like, did you see that video? I kept asking her, did you see the video? Did you see that video? And she hadn't seen it. You know what I mean? I was trying to get out of, you know what I mean, actually showing it to her because I didn't want to, you know what I mean, see it. What the hell was that? Have you tried OBS Studio for live streaming? That's what I use. What's the OBS? Nah, But you got over 1,000 subs, right? Yeah, this the one I'm using now is free too. Yeah, the one I'm using right now is free. And that's Prism. The one I'm using now is Prism. You know what I mean? That's free, and I could use it through my mobile. They don't have it's only a mobile app. You can't get it on desktop. I don't think they have it for desktop. So anytime I had to go, I would have to go through the phone. Yeah, I'm like, I think it was more than one when I went in YouTube or whatever. Yeah, it's PRISM. Prisms, was it Prism Live or Prism Studio? One or the other. But once you go in Google, what's that, the Play Store? If you go into the Play Store and you type in Prism, it's probably when you put in Prism Live or whatever, it should pop right up. Well, okay. Yeah. Let's see. What I wanted to do, but I'm gonna have to wait until I get this laptop, because the one I got, once they put that Windows 10 on it, it just it just took out the little bit of it took out the little bit of memory that old laptop had, so I wouldn't even be able to do anything. It's so outdated. You know what I mean? But I say I'm gonna start writing on that. I'm gonna just use that one to write on, to write my book, stuff like that with. And I'm gonna get me another one, because I want to be able to mirror my phone through the laptop or whatever while I'm streaming. You know what I mean? So I could say, because like I say, this is a mobile app that I'm on now. So if I do the stream through my mobile app and my phone is actually mirrored to the laptop, then I could, you know what I mean, basically do certain stuff, you know what I mean, that I would have to actually touch the phone to do right now. I would probably be able to do that while I'm on the stream, like add different stuff, you know what I mean? Like how I throw little stuff in my videos or whatever. I want to see if I could actually put some of those things, incorporate some of those things into my live stream or whatever. But in order for me to do it now, I would have to be touching the phone, you know what I mean? Making the phone move and all that. And it's just too much. It's just too much right now. So I was hearing them, the midgets came back. The bugs just got back. I'm surprised she ain't running here and try to jump in my live. It seems like every time I be on live or whatever, she always needs something. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. I need this, I need that. And then ease her little way up into my live. Like she making a guest appearance or something. Like she getting a cameo appearance. Yeah, I was telling her. Yeah, I do some writing, Johnny. Like I told Doug a little while ago before you got on. that I actually wrote a book. And I said what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start coming on and like reading one of the books the book I wrote some years back or whatever, and I never put the book out. Sure will, Brett. I'm gonna take that book and come on, and every time I do a live, I'm gonna read one of the stories or whatever, because the book is a 6-month account. You know what I mean, out of my life or whatever, and every day I put a story or a short story or a poem into the book, right? And I'm gonna start coming on when I do my lives or whatever, and just read one of the stories or the poem out of the book and explain where my mindset was when I actually wrote that particular, you know what I mean, short story or poem or whatever, and let the people pretty much, get to know me better, because there's a lot of personal stuff that's in, the actual book that I wrote, that me actually reading those stories or whatever is going to give, the person a glimpse into who I am personally, on a more personal note. I say hopefully it take, like, cause I just don't, I don't like being put in a box. You know what I mean? I think I got a little ADD. You know what I mean? I think I got a little bit of attention deficit, because I don't like doing the same thing all the time. I get bored doing the same thing all the time or whatever, because I don't like to feel like a robot. You know what I mean? I can't see how people do the same, content every day. Because eventually you're gonna start giving up the same story. You're gonna have to start revamping the same story all over again, because you only can talk about one thing for so long before, you know what I mean? What else is there to say? You know what I mean? So I gotta have different, different things to go to. You know what I mean? Like I say, it's getting warm outside. I wanna do a segment where I actually talk to people. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start doing actual interviews or whatever, but I want to do a segment where I do like random people on the street. You know what I mean? And talk to them for like a second. You know what I mean? Just to find out what their legacy gonna be. You know what I mean? Because I found out when you ask a person, a lot of people don't even know, or are not even. When you ask a person, just ask a person what their legacy is. Like, once you're gone, what's gonna be your legacy? You know, you ask the average person that, they're gonna be stuck, because either they don't know. You know what I mean? Either they don't know what their legacy was going to be, or they're not content. They're not actually content with what they know would be their legacy. You understand what I'm saying? So 9 out of 10 people, you're going to get that awkward pause out of. You know what I mean? And some may tell you they don't know. Some may be ashamed to tell you what their legacy was going to actually be. And some might even go as far as to lie to you. You know what I mean? Just to make themselves seem, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like to use the word worthy, you know what I mean? But make themselves appear to be something more than what they actually are. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't even have a contribution. You know what I mean? Have contributed nothing. nothing, I mean absolutely nothing to mankind to make the world a better place. You know what I mean? And that's all you got to do as far as to have a standing legacy. It's just help somebody. You know what I mean? You can help one person. You can help one person. And that person, just you helping that one person, they be so fond of you helping them that from time to time, they're going to let other people know how you help them. You know what I mean? Well, if it wasn't for this person, I wouldn't be doing this. Blase, blase. You know what I mean? And that becomes, you know what I mean? That could very well become your legacy. You could give a one person a word of advice or whatever and change their whole freaking world, the whole way they look at things or whatever. You know what I mean? And they go on to do something totally great. You know what I mean? But then you're going along for the ride, because if it wasn't for you, you know what I mean? Talking to this person is what inspired them to become what they became. You know what I mean? But I started getting, you know, I started feeling the way myself when I thought about, you know what I mean? Like, damn, when I started thinking about mortality. You know, not looking for it anytime soon or anything like that. But I started thinking about it like, what is going to be, you know what I mean, my legacy? What is my legacy going to be? When my name comes up, what is going to be said about me? You know what I mean? And it came to a point or whatever, me thinking about it, and I began to realize that what was more than likely to be said about me is not what I would want someone to know about me. You know what I mean? Who actually didn't. So I said I'm gonna do all these things or whatever, and hopefully me talking to somebody can bring out the greatness in them. You know what I mean? And like I say, they go on to change the freaking world. Who knows? Or just change themselves. You know what I mean? If I change one person, you know what I mean, to do something, do the right thing instead of the wrong thing, then, you know what I mean, I ain't got nothing to feel, you know what I mean, messed up about. You know? You see, people be tripping off of me because I be blasting people. I be blasting people because it's a shame. You know what I mean? I'm glad I got Brittany up in the spot tonight, but it's a shame that I could come on here and a lot of the content I make, I be trying to put a message in the content. You know what I mean? A positive message at that. You know, and a lot of people that actually know me don't actually know me for something positive. You know what I mean? So just the fact that I'm trying to do something positive, you know what I mean? A person should see that and like, well, I'm a support this. You know what I mean? Because I would rather him be doing something positive as opposed to being negative. But the average person don't. You know what I mean? And you have a lot of people that I actually know I do this. You know what I mean? But don't feel the need to support it. You know what I mean? But I feel good. You know what I mean? And I continue to do it simply because who knows if I'll ever go to Australia. You know what I mean? Who knows? Hey, Violet. Who knows if I'll ever go to Australia? But I got a brother in Australia. You know what I mean? I got a brother in Australia. I got Johnny Legs. You know what I mean? I got brother Johnny Legs in Australia. You know what I mean? That taps in. You know what I mean? And kick it with me. You know what I mean? And that's what I put in people's face when I talk about, you know what I mean, my YouTube or whatever like that. You know, I say I got somebody on my page from Australia. I done had somebody tap in from England. You know what I mean? Other places around the country. You know what I mean? I don't even have to leave the town, but I'm leaving the town via YouTube. You know what I mean? The average person, you know what I mean? Especially where I am, you know what I mean? They don't know nobody in Australia. You know what I mean? They don't know nobody in Australia. Don't nobody know them. Don't nobody in Australia know them. You know what I mean? Nevertheless, conversate with them. You understand what I'm saying? And depending on what it is I'm talking about or whatever, they might get something from something I said or whatever. And it's like me being in Australia saying it. You know what I mean? If they take it and they help somebody else, you know what I mean? Say something I talk about on one of my lives or whatever. You never know. Somebody that you encounter, Johnny. You might encounter somebody one day. You know what I mean? That might have an issue or whatever. And you get to think back to something that I said on the live or whatever. And give that person that perspective of whatever it is, you know what I mean, the issue was. You know what I mean? You done brought me, you know what I mean? You done brought me to that person. You know what I mean? That's how I look at life. You are always where you are supposed to be. You understand what I'm saying? Whether you're in a place where you don't feel like you're comfortable, you might not feel but so comfortable, but you are where you're supposed to be. You don't know why you're supposed to be there, but that's where you are supposed to be. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep doing what I do. Simply because I know it's gonna reach somebody. It's gonna reach somebody. And somebody's gonna get something from something I say at one point or another. Alright, good people. This guy got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh no, that was a hoodie. That was a hoodie. Part of my sweatsuit. I had a Nike sweatsuit on. Oh, you talking about the black thing I had on my head? That was like a do-rag. I had a do-rag on my head, and then I had the the hood to my hoodie, I didn't have the actual hoodie all the way on. When I was going to the car, I just put the hood on my head and I had the rest of it just hanging. So when I was in the car, I had the I had the do-rag on and I had the top of the hoodie on my head. I know it looked kind of strange when I looked at the video. I said it almost looked like a nun or something. Almost looked like I was a freaking nun or something. No, this is actually this is it. No, it's the way I put it on. This is it. It's the way I put it on. No, see, you was talking about the hood. You was talking about the hood. I just wrap it around. I just wrap it. It probably won't be as neat as it was because I'm doing it quick. I just had it wrapped pretty much. Well, shit, I ain't even got it on. I'm looking at the damn screen and still had it messed up. It was pretty much just wrapped. You get the gist. Pretty much like that. Something like that, and I had the hood from my sweatsuit just hanging over top of my head. It looked like a nun, right? Yeah, I had this on or whatever, and I had this the way I wear it. It'd be more like, and I tuck these in. Like that, bang. You know, because I don't do hats, being that I have a receding hairline. Being that I have a receding hairline, I don't do hats. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, yeah. See, there you go. There you go, Johnny. There you go, Johnny. See, you picked up something. You picked up something that you ain't know, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody's supposed to pick up at least something new every day. You know what I mean? That way you never wasted a day. You know what I mean? You picked up something. It's just the way, you know what I mean? It's something that pretty much the way I wear my hair, whatever. It presses down my hair. You know what I mean? It mats my hair down, whereas though it keeps or whatever. The way I wear it. You know, sometimes I take it off, but if I'm not doing nothing, I leave it on. You know what I mean? Like some people wear hats or whatever. That's what I do, because hats, I never been a big hat type person. I never really was into hats like that. Like I say, mainly the fact that I have a receding hairline. I've always had a receding hairline. And it was like, especially like a winter hat. I've never really been into caps either. I guess caps really wouldn't be that bad, but caps, pretty much all hats, because my son has a receding hairline as well, and he used to wear caps. He used to wear caps, and eventually it thinned his hair out more than it was. You know what I mean? He's to the point where, as though his hairline is well, he don't really keep hair on his head. He usually wears a bald head. But his hairline, if he was to let his hair grow in, I might have more hair in my hairline left than he has in his. But hats will pull it out. It makes the hair come out quicker if you have a receding hairline. It's just one of the things that was stuck into my DNA. Just part of who I am, you know. Something that makes me me. You understand? Well, that's wild. That's wild, man. I said I gotta. I mean, I wish I never been on a plane before though. I guess I gotta get over that. I don't know if it would call it a fear, because you can't really fear something unless you actually done it before, and then say, "Oh, I'm scared of that." But being that I've never actually been on a plane, I can't actually say that I'm scared of flying, because I've never done it before. But I need to actually try it or whatever. But I say, how long would it take to fly from the States to Australia? How long you think that would take, Johnny? Because I know what, a whole 24 hours to get to Australia, man? For real? What the hell? Good God. Good God. Damn it. Damn, I couldn't, man. I'm thinking about just how long a whole day is just being in the air. Damn it. So how, I mean, so you would have to, okay, but you would have to, shit, I know don't no plane just fly straight for no 24 hours. Would they land somewhere and refuel, or you switch flights or something? Oh shit. Fuck. I ain't know that. I thought they just did military planes like that. I didn't know they could do commercial, that they refuel commercial planes while they in the air. Jesus Christ. 23 hours and 30 minutes? Good God. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy, bro. Okay. So shit. From here to LA, that would probably be like 6 hours. A 6-hour flight. So I wonder how it'll probably be about another shit, it'll probably be another goddamn, you say it took you a half an hour from where you was at to get to Sydney. So shit, I was 6, 17, almost 8 hours from LA, 18 hours rather, from LA to Sydney. Oh, flying time is 21 hours. Jesus Christ. That's a long time to be in the air, bro. That is definitely a long time to be in the air. Wow. So it's 21 hours to Baltimore. Jesus Christ. Right, right, right. That's a lot of fucking water. I don't think a motherfucker can get that thirsty, bro. I don't think you can get that thirsty to drink all that damn water. Damn. Damn, man. I don't know, man. I think I would have to. I think I would have to be. I would have to take a couple Xannies or something. I would have to be under the influence of a couple Xannies or something. Get on that damn plane and go straight to damn sleep. Damn. Now I do not want to be by no window. At all. Damn. Hell yeah, man. See, and that's the thing with me. I don't. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? I just don't get it how no big ass plane stays in the air. Just stays up in the air. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Nevertheless, you got the damn plane be full of fucking people. You know what I mean? That's a lot of weight, full of people, bags. You know what I mean? All that weight just up in the freaking air like it ain't nothing. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Dreamland. Yeah, man, I don't, like I said, I would have to have a couple volumes or something, some volumes or some freaking Xanax or something to put me to sleep. Soon as I got on there. Right, you know, right, that's what I'm saying. I can't, if I can't rationalize it, you know what I mean? That's the main thing. I cannot rationalize it, man. How it happens. You know what I mean? And they mean, oh no, because it's the engines. Them big engines. Yeah, I'm a hop off. I'm a hop off, man. But yeah, I'm a hop off in a couple of minutes after I finish. You know what I mean? Talking about this plane thing. You know what I mean? And I'm saying the people say the engines. How about then somebody had a nerve to tell me once it's up there, it's like the plane be weightless. I say you don't, damn plane don't be no weightless. Because if the plane was weightless, you be weightless. And if you're not floating around the goddamn cabin of the plane ain't weightless. Say no stupid shit. Say something stupid to me like that. But the damn, I don't know, man. I just don't get it. I know the engines is powerful, but go get some water then. Crazy. I need some water. I know who it is. I know who it is. I know who you are, Dreamland. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't get the concept of it. I would have to go somewhere. Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to do, Britt. No, I'm sleepy. That's your mother, Brittany. Dreamland. She come on there hollering about Dreamland. You sleepy. You sleep all day. You slept all day. I'm the one that left out of here and went to work. And I'm getting ready to tap out. Thanks like as always, thanks for making my live interesting. What? It's in my room. Oh, the water's in here. Well, this ain't the only place where the water at. With you in the girls' room? You could have came in here and got the water. You like I locked you out the room or something, woman. You see that, Johnny? She act like I locked her out the room. She right in the next room talking about she needs some water. Are they crazy or what? All right, brother Johnny. I'm a hop on tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing story time. I'm gonna do my whole book. When I come in from work tomorrow. I'm gonna go in the basement and find the book and starting tomorrow. I'm gonna start reading. I'm gonna start giving everybody 180 degrees on my way back from my perspective. Thanks, bro. I'm gonna probably hop on probably around 8 o'clock. Say 8 o'clock my time. 8 o'clock my time, bro. Yeah, definitely 8 o'clock my time. All right, bro. Be safe. No, he said Brit and wife. Or did he? Oh, he said Y'all bugging. Alright. Alright, bro. To the mall, man. Good looking. 2 in the air. My man Johnny Legs. My man